If you want to pop over to the other place, I'm in both places right now. I'm streaming over there, but we will cover here. We have some. Is Target tonight? No, Target is tomorrow. So we have no reason to be here. You can pop over there. I know, but I started it already. I was giving people time to migrate from one place to another. Right. Test. Give me an audio check, folks. Check. Okay. I got to stop the streaming on Discord. Sorry. How do you know I'm not wearing pants? All right, let me know if you hear an echo or anything like that. Holy cow, we have 134 people already in here. Woo-wee. You guys rock. Howdy. Yeah, you can jump in. I started it already. Pop in. I said 220 to give people time to transition from one to the other. Also waiting on Mert. Definitely thank you for joining. Definitely. Definitely. There he is. It should be. Let me see. I don't know why that one. It doesn't matter. Everybody's in here anyway. I'll now we have a mute site. There we go. All right. I get it. I get it. I'm working on it. Hi, Mert. I see you there.
Can you hear me?
Is your audio okay? Can you test the audio?
Can you hear me?
Share screen. We'll start in a minute, waiting for a few people to come in.
Don't know if you can hear me, Nick.
Okay. I'm not showing anything because I haven't shared any screens. It's working. You stay there. It's working. All right, we're all hooked up. So all I have to do is unveil the people behind us. So let's go. There we are. Is your audio working? Check.
Is it working?
I can't hear you, but we'll go on. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. After a long day in the live room, it's been a trip. Today was a little tricky in case you found it hard to trade, especially late in the day. The whole day was orderly, and then late in the day, they kind of went crazy. We came pretty close to matching an all-time high. Pennies. We were pennies away. So today, I promised you a lesson on how we can predict where the buyers and sellers are, and we're going to do that. But first, there are two people in front of you, me on your right, and there's Mert, and you know him as Climber. So we have a little special sneak preview as to what's going on in July. As you know, we do a seminar about one a month, and we've been consistent since 2022. And we take between 25 and 32, 33 people usually. And it's an intimate affair, 2 days. We meet. Lately, it's been in one place in Dallas. So we make it central and easy to get to. So the next one, The next one is coming up in July, and we will have something to say about it. Okay, so let's go into what we're here for. As you know, we have a new tool that it's not a new tool. We've been using it recently more so than before. It's a prep, it wasn't the whole thing. And let's see, the idea is to try to find buyers and sellers. So I'm going to add to the stage what you can look at. If you've been in the Discord, you've seen these looks. And I added a chart to it. We tried 4. I may bring back 4. But the concept is, if I'm trading a stock, in this case, the S&P, I want as much information about it as possible. So I already know charts. I already have gamma and options data from different sources. Here's another source that gives us where actually physically there are buyers and sellers. So that's a huge, huge advantage to somebody that's trading fast. So if you have tried or are getting into the faster trading process, you need as much help as you can, especially in a day like today. So it's not foolproof, but it is a huge leg up to not having it. So let me explain to you, just even after hours, the information that's there. So on the left, you're looking at the order flow that is for the ES, the S&P futures. That's the E-mini. And on the right, you have the order flow for the SPY. And they look similar. And most of the day, I watch them side by side. They are very close together with where the buyers and sellers are. There were a few times today where they were off a little bit. So how would one use information like this? Okay, let's focus on the right side of the screen. We have the SPY. Let's say the market is still open today, and I have a call, and I'm winning, and price is rallying, and I'm winning, and it's coming into this orange line that's up here. Okay, if you look to the right, that's a whole bunch of orders just waiting to fill. So if I have a call, now I have a place where I think price might face some selling because their order is ready to transact, and every transaction is a sell and a buy. So it's likely going to be resistance. So that's a place where I would book it or lock it. Or if I was looking to short and I have other things that tell me, okay, it's extended, we're looking to buy a put, maybe that's a place where I would think about buying a put. Okay. Now, opposite, if we're falling from here and I'm holding a call and I see I'm coming into a giant order waiting here, I'm not going to chicken out of my call. Okay, that's a place where I'd either start a call or stay in the call or get out of my put. If I have a put and I'm winning and I'm falling into a giant order, that's going to be transactions. It's probably going to be temporary support. If I'm trading fast, that's a place where I expect some support, some slowdown in the rate of falling. This is the big picture. The easiest way to get extra information on how the price action may unfold. And if you look here, let's say this is the morning and the market hasn't opened. And let's say we're doing homework. Mert and I am doing our own homework in order to lay out, okay, how am I going to tackle the day? Here you have a blueprint of where supply, where areas of confrontations are going to be. So I would make a note of that level right there. I would make a note of the, let's see here. I would make a note of this level right here, this level, and every big poke, that is a number that they're going to fight over once we get to it, if we get to it when the market opened. So I'm just making lines on my own charts. Those would be lines I would mark, levels I would mark. If I'm trading on my phone and I have to run out of the house or I have a job, I write down those numbers, and then I can better manage my risk while on the fly. So this is the big picture. One, how to plan the day. Take a peek before the market opens. You might have some clues. And by the way, you can put this on any ticker. Depends on what kind of plan you have. Our plan is any ticker. Currently, we stream this on Discord. So if you remember, you can see that there. And also, if you trade, like, I haven't checked it because I haven't been active trading super fast stocks intraday. I'm strictly doing covering the SPY and the QQQ for you guys. But if I were, I would most definitely do the same thing with all the stocks that we have. All right. So, Merit, do you have any other way that you use this information that you want to add to what I just said? Let me know.
So I wanted to
I can't hear
mention.
you. Your audio is not working.
Is it just Nick, or can you guys hear me?
So while he's doing that, I'm trying to answer some questions somewhere else. So the any follow-up questions on these? Let me scroll through the comments. Oh, you hear him? Okay, so I don't hear him. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So one thing I wanted to mention.
I muted the site, that's why, so I don't have feedback.
Do you want me to wait? Okay. So another thing I wanted to mention is that a lot of times when you guys see those lines, they're going to match up with some of the pivots that I'm posting in the morning. They actually, most of the time, they coincide with the with those R levels, or the R1s or S1s. Just make a note of it on your own chart and then compare it to the levels. You will see if the previous day was well defined, with well defined support and well defined resistance, you're going to see them at least around the open, or 8:30 to 9:30. You're going to see them on your Bookmap. Most of you guys are telling me that you can hear me, but I see a couple that says I don't hear you. Let me know if you guys heard what I just explained about the Bookmap. Okay, Tom says he heard me, and a lot of people say they heard me. I think I saw one person that said that couldn't hear me, but that could just be the StreamYard. One question that I caught there, Nick, I can answer if you want, was earlier they were saying it was a question about the colors or the tones. So the colors are basically the intensity. When you see red, that's your highest volume. When you see an orange, that's your lesser volume. And when you see yellow tint, that's a little bit less. So the blue colors are the lightest volume. So you're gonna gauge whether incoming buying, what can actually take out the supply or not. So those are intensity. Yeah, no, I can hear Nick fine, guys, but I don't think he's talking now.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. I'm struggling with my audio. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Take your time. I'm fine.
No, my audio is fine. I'm trying to cut away the feedback loop. Okay. So quick scroll.
There was another question. I can tackle that if you want, Nick. I've been using Bookmap for a long time, at least that's pre-COVID for sure. So I think I would say 2019. It is always on. I always look at it. It's especially when the markets are moving fast. It's a very helpful tool. It's very helpful with scalping, and the orders pop in and out, so they're not always sitting there. So you need to just look at it all the time.
That happened today, actually. Today there was a couple of times during the day where the orders were there, and then the sellers come and push right through, and they go past it. But you can immediately see the change. You can see the buyers also come underneath. So it's going to take you a little bit to get used to it, but I think it's an asset that's worth investigating. Yes. So this is Nico's bringing up a really good point. So the point of confirmation. So I'm pretty sure Merit does that. A lot of good traders do that. So there's not one tool that's perfect. What you do is you get a collection of tools that work for you, and you put them together. So if you have your own system and you have the way you trade, whether volume, somebody asked about volume, or harmonics, or just good old support and resistance. And if you layer on top of it another tool that gives you just the advantage of confirmation, that would be awesome. For example, if you had a bearish setup that's playing out that you've been tracking with harmonics, and then you look at your book map and it gives you orders that are waiting right there, maybe that'll give you the encouragement to say, okay, I see it from this perspective, and this also doesn't disagree with it. It also suggests that they may take out, trigger the stops, and then turns around. So it's not going to be like a switch. It's like, oh my God, look at me, I'm going to be awesome. But it just makes your position that much more solid if you have more than one thing. So if you trade harmonics, they tell you, the people that publish the harmonics, they tell you, don't trade our triggers. Take our idea, get confirmation from two other things. The orange lines, orders creating resistance and support. That's the idea. The bigger the line, the bigger the support or resistance. But don't look at the orange line. Look at the actual orders in the table. You see that green bar next to the orange line? So it's not just the orange line is just a visual representation of how big the heat map is. Like you can see a corresponding order bar, and it gives you a count how many are there waiting to transact. So it's pretty good picture. And also beyond that, that's an accumulative day. It gives me a volume profile, so you kind of know where they've been the entire day. So I like it. I think it's very useful. I think it's worth your effort to investigate it. And the idea that it's going to be like immediately fruitful for you, to me, it was immediately providing extra knowledge that I used right away. But I wouldn't call it a foolproof strategy all by itself. I think you would do yourself a disfavor. It's a combination of everything. And this one is a necessary tool for somebody that's trading fast. I think it would give you a lot of added confidence in your trades. At least it lowers the odds of silly mistakes. Oh man, I didn't know they were going to revert. It gives you a little bit of extra confidence that you're not going to be blindsided by a target that was sitting there and they were just waiting to blow it out. So that's what I think. That it is a necessary tool. Expensive, maybe, maybe not. If you're in the Discord, you already have it. We're committed to streaming it for now. Yeah. Which two things are your charts showing? On the left side, the one side that's brighter colored is the ES, the futures contract order flow. The other side, the darker side, is the SPY. They should be close together, and they are. I watched them all day. They match up almost perfectly. You can see it right there. They're almost matching up perfectly. But you can choose whatever tickers you want. Okay, so they do have some streaming stuff, but we have control over what we stream and at what resolution and all of that. So I find you not have to watch somebody else's feed. We have our own feeds. That works really, really well. Okay. Yes, you can always Google information on how to do stuff, but there's nothing better than learning firsthand with a group of people you already trust. So we are blessed to have hundreds of people. Right now, we have hundreds of people in this room. Thank you for giving me time after hours for this opportunity. And they all have your back. Not one person is here to make you lose money. And if you saw today, if you were lucky enough to be in the live room, we debate things. It's not like everybody agrees all the time. And that's how we come to consensus. And we have multiple styles. This fits in everybody's style, I think. It's where the orders are. Okay. All right. So since we have this is part of the process of what makes us traders successful. I've been trading forever. My trading style has changed. Mert, that you see here, you know him as Climber. His trading style has changed because him and I have had this conversation. But there's one key ingredient that we both have. We have a method. We have a system. We fiddle around with it, and we keep tweaking it for the better. And I think most people lack is, everybody wants one thing. Everybody wants to trade for a living. Who here wants to trade for a living? Like, not do anything else. Tell your boss, flip your boss off, and quit your job. Don't do it. Who here would want to do that? I'm gonna say a lot of people can say me. Where are you? Okay, yes. Only one person? That would be cool. Okay. It's doable. It's doable. But you got to commit to expanding your knowledge and make it a process. You have to establish a process. And and if you think that you can do it with one study course, you're wrong. I guarantee you it's going to take a lot. When I did it, there were no courses, and the courses were $1 million, and they were very commercial. Nobody gave you aha moments for in 2 days. They wanted you to commit a whole bunch of money, and you didn't get the aha moments, because then you become better than them, and you beat them. We've developed a bunch of aha moments, and we're going to package them for you. And we've been doing it, as I said earlier, about once a month. We're booked for the next event, which happens this week. And we lucky enough to partner up with my buddy Climber and offer you the opportunity to join us in July. So I'm going to give him the floor to tell me. We haven't practiced this, so this is his honest opinion as to.
You didn't talk about anything.
Right. So he's gonna tell us what he feels he can contribute. But the concept is, the focus of the event is to help you push your way to becoming a professional trader, or a professional trader level. So you're going to need to put together a few things, and he's going to provide half the content. I'm going to provide half the content, and the focus is on you walking away with the tools necessary. I was like, what do I do? This is day one of me trading alone. How do I do this? What kind of prep do I need? And what kind of trade setups that suit my style, short-term, long-term? What kind of bulletproof knowledge I need from the options world if I'm still missing that, and the charting world. So, Climber, the floor is yours. Help me sign up. Convince me why I need to listen to you in a couple of months.
Well, you may want to help me out here, because the ideas are all, I'm full of ideas, but how to pack it all in 5 minutes here. Well, I think today, starting with my day today, is very relevant. I was away from my desk today, and the reason was, I think I told you this, Nick. I'm at the tail end of finalizing the sale of my company. So I started this company when my kid was the year he was born, my youngest kid, in 2014. And after 10 years, I'm selling it. And I have actually traded and run the company and another business. I have another business too, for the last 6 years. So I've had the company, and I have been a day trader, like a true day trader, since 2018 also. And I've managed to do both. And I think part of the reason why trading worked is because I was able to not entirely rely on trading. I think that would be a very honest assessment. That really allowed me to, trade with a clear mind, make the prep really worth it. And I didn't have necessarily the stress of, trading and, feeding the kids and all that, paying the rent. So, but today, the reason I'm mentioning today is that, the company will be gone. And I didn't really rely on the company. I could have just traded since 2018. It was, when I clicked for me, it clicked in a big way. And, I just, found a way to make a living. So what else, Nick? I think what I'm getting at is that, this is doable. This is not wizardry. It's an obtained skill, but you have to come up with a system. And I did come up with more than one system at this point, but it was really one thing that got me into this. It was one thing. I really made it work, and I've repeated over and over and over again. Then I added another thing. Then I added another thing. And at this point, I have 4, 5, 6 different things that works most of the time. And if the markets are not cooperating, I switch to the other system. And if that doesn't work, I switch to the next one. And if nothing seems to work, then I use my best tool, patience, which is also very hard. And I think we will talk about it in the class. So there's a lot to pack. There's a lot to talk about. But primarily what I'm doing is most recently is that although I'm not a net seller yet, my main income is selling futures options. And that is providing most of my income. And I have my favorite tickers also, stocks. I still sell options and buy options and play with them too. But I have just found a way to put together a few things together every week and stay profitable. And let me know if that's
so. Tom is commenting on his feel of Mert's process. So he started out with the covered call sale, and that's what kindled the interest in pursuing it as a money making career. Yes. So the gist of the story is to get you all the tools necessary to be an independent trader, and you need to know the process of prepping your day, prepping your week, doing homework off hours on charts, setting up strategies that work. These are proven strategies that grow accounts. Today, I had a conversation with somebody that does these strategies, and that account that's specifically set up for strategies like these is growing at a much faster pace than anyone anticipates, and it was a surprising number from that person. So these work.
So yeah, I think you mentioned morning prep is one of the things that's important to me. I have at this point, my wife or my friends who know trading at this point make fun of me. Said you're basically a junkie at this point, but you're not trading for money. But I may partially agree with that. But the morning prep is important. I think we'll talk about that. Specific strategies, I wrote them down here. I'm not sure if it's worth mentioning all of them. We'll talk about them. How trade the futures for income.
So basically, do you use the futures to trade for income? So
yes,
we're trying to see what type of trades you take.
So I will talk about it. I have different accounts set up for different things. So one of my accounts, for example, one of my Tasty accounts is almost exclusively for futures options selling. The other account that I have with NinjaTrader with a personal brokerage, not a prop firm, but with a personal brokerage account with NinjaTrader, is only for trading the futures contracts. I scalp the actual contract in that account. That is actually one of the things that I started earliest. I went from trading the futures contracts to options, and then increasing the options over the years, option selling. So I have several different accounts, and I use them for different things. There's one account that I exclusively sell long-term strategies. I would say most of my income and my bread and butter income, I call a strategy, is one of those 1-1-1-2s and the long-term income strategies. Any given time of the year, any given day, there's anywhere from 6 to 12 trades open there. So
it sounds like you're going to show us hands-on how to get it done, the way you get it done. And by the way, because we start on Friday, we're going to be trading live. So maybe we would take a few trades live, if not you, me, or both, based on what you do and based on what I do. This way we get firsthand live trading, just to break the ice, so to speak. And the event is going to be intimate enough to where you're going to have a lot of opportunity to interact with us. And we already have 5 or 6 seats sold, and we haven't even started advertising it or pushing it or anything, except what you heard me say in the live room. I fumbled my way through a pretty horrible pitch. So don't think, okay, it's in July, I've got time to sign up. I have 5 or 6 already signed up, and I know I personally have spoken, and others have, to other people that are trying to get their schedule dialed down before they commit. So go to the website, simplestocks.net, and we have a tab for events, and it's the top one. Or click on the link. I don't know if these links are clickable, and reserve your seat. We broke out the payment to make it easy on the cash flow. The value is more than there. Anyone serious enough to say, okay, I want to be trading for a living or trade like a professional trader would, should justify any expense they need to invest in their brains. So we go ahead and put trades on. How many of you took trades tonight worth $500? Just overnight on hoping make money off of the open on earnings. I bet you at least 10 or 15 of you here did that. So that's 3 of these, and you got yourself knowledge you're going to use for the rest of your life. So push yourself to invest in your brains, into things you're going to be using for a long time. I promise you aha moments. Every seminar we do, somebody changes their life in there. Aha moments are available. It's up to you to grab them. Climber is going to do his best to be as transparent as possible with the method, with the actual trades, with the setups, with the repetitive process. And I'm going to help back that up and then provide you with technical charts and options knowledge in order to make that even more bulletproof.
I wanted to say one more thing, Nick. When I started, it was so incredibly hard to find information on specifically what I'm doing today, mostly futures and futures options. If I had a chance to listen to this from someone who's been doing this for 6 years or 10 years, whatever, and like basically ask any question I could possibly ask, I would jump. Yeah. I would personally back then jump on it. And this is basically 2017 and 18. You couldn't really find much.
No, there was nothing. There was absolutely nothing available. And we're spoiled these days. We have so much we can be picky at this and that. Well, we're out of time. We are out of time. Go sign up or I'm going to hunt you down. No, I can't hunt you down. We have like 160 people in here. That will take a long time. But seriously, hopefully we'll see you in Texas. I'll see you in the live room tomorrow morning. Merritt, anything else? No?
No.
Did you trade earnings? Are you trading?
I
earnings?
did. I did the very first one I did this season is your Palo Alto, and it was a huge winner.
Yeah, that was a big winner.
Yeah. I did. I closed mine for $550.
Yeah, nice. I think it paid a little bit more if somebody timed it perfectly, but that's not the goal.
It hit 315, so it must have.
Yeah. So hopefully tomorrow Target will deliver some profits. We won't know until tomorrow. All right, folks, I appreciate you. We're going to rudely hang up as usual. We're going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.